What's up, folks? We're still getting in. Still getting started. Had to make all the announcements. Hi, Smoker. How are you? Yes, Vince. Yes, it is. Hi, Panda. Welcome on in, folks. We still get a little bit of a timer. It takes a little while for Twitch to notify people that we're live, so we give, you know, enough time for people to hop on in. I'm good, Smoker. Hi, Shay. Hi, Assassin. Hi, Cogworks. Hello, everybody. Shay, how was your birthday trip? I know the game came out like on your birthday, which is crazy timing. Hi, Ice Mountain. Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. We got a lot to talk about. It's almost like there's a new game that came out recently or something. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Oh God, Shay, I'm scared. A game came out? That's crazy. I know. So I hear anyway. I mean, rumors, you know, who can really be trusted? You just got a gift card with 2 digits missing? Like, were they rubbed off? I mean, I guess theoretically, how many possibilities is that? It's what, 24 possibilities? I guess you could guess, right? No, it's 10 times 10, right? It's 100 possibilities. Math was never my forte, all right? That's why I write dad jokes for a living, chat. Yoshi, hello! We're almost started. We're almost started. I'll answer everybody once we get started. What should you have for lunch? A meatball sub. God, I want a meatball sub now. Damn it. You don't have meatballs? Do you have Alfredo sauce? Because I'm a sucker for fettuccine Alfredo. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. What? Ew! Somebody ban Ice Mountain immediately. I mean, I don't know what you have, Ice, so I can't really recommend it if I don't know what's in your kitchen. Yes, Tax, we will talk about that. So I know we still have like a minute left before the timer comes down, but just to give you guys an idea of what to expect for this stream, it's going to be an hour or two, depending on how interactive y'all are and how far I want to play, because this game can be exhausting. It's a lot. It's just constant work. There's no like downtime like in PSPO. But we're going to talk a little bit about the release. We're going to talk about the patches and what's going on in the game and how to work around some stuff. I'm going to also go over a little bit of tutorial to make the game easier for people to play and more engaging for people to play. And then we're just going to get right into it and start playing. Sound good, guys? 20 hours, Vince? That's awesome. You've been there since day one, man. You've been ready. Let's just flip it over early, yeah? Hi, friends! Turn the game down a bit. Let me know if the volume's okay right now. The game itself isn't like too loud, but this music can be like really loud because it's very bassy. And I'm very bassy, so sometimes they can interact with each other poorly. Hi! Hi, everybody! Hello! Okay, let me go through all of chat first. Let me just re-say hello to everybody so nobody feels left out. I can confirm that Smoker was indeed first. Congratulations, Smoker. Hello, Smoker. Hello, Vince. Hello, Panda. Hello, Shay. Hello, Assassins. Hello, Ice Mountain. Cog, Yoshi, hello, hello. Taxamarius. That's a really cool name, actually. TGN Live, hello. Beaver, welcome back. D Mako, is that Mako? Dimako? Dimako? Hello. Undad, hello. PS5 Gamer 19978, hello. Hi everybody, welcome in. Okay, so I just mentioned it, but for people who are just trickling in, so this is kind of the idea for the stream here. We're going to celebrate Ambulance Life coming out. We're going to address the issues that people are experiencing in games and what people can expect for updates and patches and whatnot. We're also going to talk about how to make the game more engaging and fun. There's a lot of settings that people might not know about that makes the game a little more rewarding to play. And then we're just going to get into it. How does that sound, guys? I'll answer your questions from chat first. Oh, okay, let's see. So Panda, I wanted to ask if I can be your partner because I wanted to stream your game. Do you mean like a content creator program with Acer Interactive? Because that is something that we are looking into doing. We're not quite there yet. But right now, if you want to contact creators at nacon.fr, I'm going to type it in chat. Creators at nacon.fr. That is the email address you can contact Nacon's influencer management program. They're the ones handling all content creators right now. So we don't see it. It's outside of Acer. It's Nacon's our publishing partner. And they are doing all the vetting of individual people and handing out keys to people that to qualify for their program. So that's what we're working on right now. So that's the best way to contact for sure. How are we doing today? Been waiting a while for this stream. Me too, Assassins, me too. I was gonna stream last Friday, but we did stream Thursday as a studio to celebrate the countdown of the PC version coming out. And then Friday I was mostly just handling like customer service and stuff and like dealing with Steam forums and the Discord. So I really just didn't have the time. And so a week later, here we are. Now I finally have time. It's nice. It's nice to be back. Oh shit, I can't wait to hear your stories, or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, as far as your gift card concerned, Cog, depending on where you got it from, you can go and get another one. Like if you got it from like a retailer, you can just say like, yeah, this is scratched off and it doesn't work, and they'll deactivate it and give you a new one. If it's Xbox themselves, you'll have to contact them, or you can try and guess. If it's 2 digits or 2 letters that are missing, you can try and guess the combination of letters that are missing, and maybe hopefully it'll go through. It's time consuming, but at least then it'll work, as long as you're sure it's only 2. Because if you add another digit that's missing, then it multiplies how many possibility combinations there are. So kind of hard. Starting the day with a collapsed person. I just had Taco Bell after grocery shopping. I kind of want Taco Bell. I'm still feeling the meatball sub though. Has anyone else experienced problems not being able to open the door on the patient when entering the ambulance and want to examine the patient? Yes, Tax. So the solution for that, we are working on it. We're figuring out a solution for that right now. But right now the workaround is if you hit escape and do restart from checkpoint, then you just pick up your patient again and start where you left off, and then the door will be available to you. It's happening very rarely, but it's happening to everybody maybe at least one time. So it doesn't seem like it's happening repeatedly, but if it does happen, that's the workaround right now until we get it solved. You've played 20 hours of ambulance. That's crazy. There was a bug on day 1 where people got achievements for playing the game for 50 hours, 50, on day 1, which obviously anyone who knows math is not possible. So congratulations to those people. I keep seeing cars flying. Yes. So Cog, that's an issue. There's a couple of issues there. The ground, the asphalt inside the road is not flat, like 1000% flat. There's a little like nuances and bumps in it. And combined with over-tuned suspension, the cars will like hit a tiny little bump and then fly in the air. That's why you're seeing them like when they're at a stoplight and then the whole line of cars will just like jerk forward or jerk up. That's because like the green light started, they started to go and they hit a bump and like they all triggered. But because they were going really slow, it was just a little bump. When they're driving full speed, it can be catastrophic. It's made for some pretty funny clips, but yes, it's something that we are looking into. We're looking into redoing all the pavement so that even if the suspension problem isn't fixed, that kind of stops. Thank you. I have a question. Will there be more vehicles coming to the game? Probably. I mean, there's 3 right now. You unlock the first one just by playing the game. And then District 2 and District 3 have their own by hitting level 6 in the progression for those districts. And then you unlock either the Sprinter van or the heavy duty GMC van. Unalive a lot of patients. We'll see, Beaver. We'll see. I've had a couple where I was able to bring them back to life, and it wasn't my fault always that they died. Always. Either frozen pizza or turkey and cheese sandwich. Actually, turkey and cheese sandwich sounds good. Pizza would take long. I would just want the immediate satisfaction of a sandwich. Plus, turkey and cheese is really good. Kind of I seem sinking into the sword or going flying above the sky. Yes. Music is a bit loud. Should be good now because I turned it down a bit by the time you sent that. I wanted to ask if I can be a partner. You asked that. Yo, Troy, I have the digital and physical copy of the game. Nice. So for the digital, did you do the deluxe? And then the physical, you just bought the disc? Is that what you did? Thanks for the support, brother. Do you guys have any plans for future games? We have lots of plans for future games. So the way ACR works is unlike something like Rockstar, where it's the entire studio is working on one single game, like for example, GTA 6. Like all 400, 500 employees are working on that one title. ACR has multiple different projects going at once with small teams that have specialization in whatever it is we're doing. So for example, a lot of people believe that because we came out with Ambulance Life, a Paramedic Simulator, that means that we've stopped working on Police Simulator, but that's not true at all. It's actually two different teams. So the police team is now just getting ramped up again after the holiday season, and they're working with Astragon to figure out exactly what's going to be coming next, which bugs are going to be addressed, what content might eventually come to the game, all that stuff. Meanwhile, the Ambulance Life team is working on the release and making sure that the patches come out and address the stuff that the community can feedback on. So the biggest game that we have coming next in the next few weeks is going to be Windstorm, The Legend of Kimori. This is it's for those who are in Europe, you might be familiar with the Osterwind series, and that's what this is. It's the third installment of our Windstorm series of games based off the wildly popular films and movies throughout Europe and the world. And so we are taking everything we know from horse games and making open world games into probably the most ambitious title we've ever made, and that is an open world horse courier game. You are a horse courier delivering packages and missives between really important parts of this specific expanse, which takes place in 13th century Mongolia. So even people who aren't obsessed with horses, like obviously this is like for the horse crowd, they're really, really obsessed with it. But for people who like action adventure games where you can explore a really rarely explored expanse in a lot of games, probably the last chance we got to do that was like Ghost of Tsushima. You got a little bit of Mongolia in there. But really it's not as well traversed as we would like, so that's why we're taking a stab at it. And Mongolia, especially that time period, is directly tied to Ostwind, that fictional lore of that series. So we're really excited for that. That in the next several weeks is going to start its first Kickstarter campaign, and then from there we're going to figure out exactly when the playtests are going to continue, when early access is going to begin, and then early access will be finished once we know that that game is ready for a final release. So that's coming soon, but it's going to be pretty ongoing for a long period of time. So that's the next game that we have announced. Pretty exciting. If we have anything more to announce, you will be hearing from us soon, for sure. You've been waiting for a week for the stream? Me too, Vince. Me too. Speaking of patches, I hope the lag that's going on every 1 to 2 seconds is fixed. Assassins, are you in our Discord? If you are in our Discord, there is a specific category for announcing these issues, like basically listing what's going on. Give as much detail as you can. Even if somebody else is having the issue, maybe like your specific PC specs might be able to help us figure out what's going on. And then once we identify it, then hopefully we can figure out what's going on. I know one big thing is this game has to be installed on an internal SSD storage device. It can't be an external, and it can't be a hard disk drive, which a lot of people put a lot of their Steam games on, just because it's really large and they can just install every game they own. It's a problem when you start playing. It's very stuttery, it's very choppy, it's otherwise phenomenally powerful machine won't be able to play the game because it just can't load fast enough. It needs that internal SSD. So that's like tip number 1. We also talk about improving performance. Absolutely, Yoshi. I will be talking about that. Will a patch be coming out to address the amount of traffic in the game? Not necessarily. Josiah, I'm gonna guess that you're probably on console, right? On PC, you can change the density of how many pedestrians and vehicles are on the road, and it's a very CPU heavy feature to be able to adjust. So that feature's missing on consoles because there's very strict guidelines about how well a game has to play on the system, because if it doesn't play well because people can adjust their settings and make it be choppy or laggy, then it could reflect poorly on the system it's being played on. So like Sony and Microsoft have really strict guidelines about what options are allowed to be used on console, because they don't want people to make themselves have a bad experience by accident and then blame it on PlayStation 5, for example. So it is something that we're looking into perhaps bringing over to console, but it's not really likely, because I think it's already either at low or medium settings. So giving you the option to change from medium to low isn't going to change drastically, and it certainly won't let you go higher because of the aforementioned reason I just mentioned. Will there be multiplayer in the future? That's a really good question, Cog. Probably like our number 2 most asked question, I would say. Number 1 is being able to treat outside the ambulance, but as far as multiplayer, it's really unlikely. And the reason I say that is because PSPO, Police Simulator, was designed to eventually have multiplayer in it, and this game wasn't. Ambulance Life was built primarily as an opportunity to have a really premium single player experience, and we do understand that like having either an actual partner or having 2 ambulances on the road would make it a lot more immersive and a lot more fun to play co-op on. But it's a huge technological milestone for us, because we would have to, I can't even explain it nearly half as good as Undot can, but essentially every single flag for when a player does something, an action inside the game, is tagged as a specific thing, like player 0. Which means that like there's no having to indicate which player is doing what for every specific action, of which there are like hundreds of. And so to have at least one other person inside the game alongside, every single flag would have to have a variable to be either player 1 or player 2 for every single individual action. So you can imagine that's hundreds to thousands of flags that have to be changed and updated. And if even one is missed, then welcome back to Bug City. We're back where we started. And it would just be a tremendous amount of work for the art team, the tech art team, animations, physics, to make sure that everything that is already in the game is essentially being duplicated if it's a second ambulance. And there's also weird things with multiplayer too. Like imagine, for example, one person is the driver and one person is the one administering treatment, right? Treatment would be really fun for the person who's doing the treatment, but the driving would be really boring for the driver unless like everybody switched off every single patient. So like there's that. There's also the aspect of you could have a patient that's so close to the hospital that your transport is like 20 seconds long. That's not even enough time to put on a pulse oximeter. So like you wouldn't be able to do a full treatment. You would just immediately already be at the hospital. So like there's a lot of considerations to take into it. And I've said it before, we'll never say never, right? If the money and the labor is available to do it, we'll absolutely try to make it work. Like that's without question. But it has to be worth it, because it would take so long to do. It might mean that like those 25 people that are working on that can't do other updates or add other features. So like it's a trade-off of, do we want to not do anything for 6 months just to add that and then continue where we left off? Or would we rather have a bunch of quality of life and patch and performance updates in that time instead? So it's a huge balancing act. And yes, of course, a lot of people want multiplayer. There's no questioning that. Like we're listening, we're seeing it. But it's just a very difficult ask for us where we are right now. If it was a completely flawless launch, we'd probably be having a different conversation. But we want to make sure that everybody's on the same playing field with the game itself, you know? Let's switch to this, just so you guys can actually see the game. We also talk about improving performance. Yes, we are actively improving performance. With every single patch and hotfix that's coming out, there's something in there that's addressing a major concern or a significant bug. There is going to be the next hotfix, which I think is 1.2.2, is going to have quite a few updates for crashes specifically. So people that are experiencing like fatal crashes or low level fatal errors, all these different like individual specific causes should start to see a lot more improvement. Guess what I'm playing right now? I'm going to go ahead and guess it's Ambulance Life. Think of a very long Jerry Springer episode. Oh God, Shay. I sent the email now. Awesome, Panda. I hope you get selected. This game has been very glitchy. Yes, indeed, PS5. We are working on it for sure. Too much concentration needed for my ADHD every single 2 digits. Oh, yeah. It's a lot. The divorce rate in San Pelicano is also damn high. All missions with panic attacks. Yeah, there's an issue going on right now where like our voiceovers aren't enough. So you see a lot of repeat stuff happening, but there's also an issue where some folks are not seeing a large variety in the callouts that they should be seeing, like things they unlock aren't showing up in the pool. That's being addressed in the next major update with the callout director, we're calling it. That's going to renormalize what happens. It's going to prioritize. It's going to make a lower priority things that you've already seen a lot of. It's going to make a higher priority something that you maybe just unlocked. And then it's going to make sure that you never, almost never, at least, I never say never, you almost never see the same call out back to back. Even if the archetype is the same and it might be very varied when you get in there, the chances of those archetypes back to back is going to be really rare, especially within the same shift. Are you gonna make a firefighter game? I have no idea, PS5. I mean, let's focus on this one first, right? If we get to Ambulance Life to a place where everyone's happy with it, including the developers, I mean, who knows what's next? But let's focus on this one. Do you have a horn on console or only PC? It should be on console as well. I think it's, so for me it's X. I'm on an Xbox controller, so for you it should be square if you're on PS5. My ambulance thinks it's an F1 car. Yeah, the better your FPS is, the faster it goes. You're lying, Troy. We all know your patients die on your shift. You can see all my shifts. All the shifts that I've played in public are recorded. Hello and guten Abend. Good evening, Cassiopeia. Welcome back in. Hello. Not by the way. Hello. Future EMT, for the fire truck on scene, their lights are not on what we arrive in the scene in the police cars. Are you planning on getting those lights to work? Possibly. Yeah, I think it would make sense to add to the immersion for sure. How many people bought the game? I don't know the exact number. That's like way above I mean, I write dad jokes for a living and I do customer support. So like, I don't know exactly how many copies have been sold. Devs in QA finally managed to pinpoint the ambulance door bug. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's good. That's huge. I had the DLCs for Police Simulator. Me too. I'm a little biased though. Although to be fair, like I didn't get everything for free. I bought it all. It would be nice if the cars to move out to the side so that people could pass by, because sometimes you get stuck in the traffic lights and can't get past them. Yes, Tax. So some of that is on purpose, and some of that is because when we designed that rescue lane in that left lane, that was designed for the Sprinter, the Mercedes Sprinter model, which is unlocked in District 2, which is a lot thinner than the other two models. So when you're playing the default model, for example, the typical Ford-looking ambulance, there's a lot less space. We're working on that rescue lane to make it a little more prominent, and we're also looking to give other options like whales and blips and things like that to help traffic move a little bit more too. The horn helps a little bit. Sometimes it feels like a placebo, but it definitely helps a little bit. I recommend turning off vehicle collision and just ramming people out of the way. Done. I also recommend like curb hopping, go over sidewalks whenever it's safe to, jump over medians. Don't rely on the traffic always moving out of your way, because just like in real life, paramedics have to improvise. They do not always move out of the way. Sometimes people are absolutely oblivious when there are lights and sirens directly behind them and they're literally not moving. They're in their own world sometimes. So there's a little bit of truth in that, but sometimes it's a little bit much, and we agree, Tax. Took me 3 days to complete the game with just 20 hours of gameplay, but I noticed that the person is unconscious and I use the defib. Sometimes they will wake up, sometimes even after. If multiple times they won't wake up. That's a lot of repetition. I think I understand what you're saying though. Yes. Will there be another 911 games? Well, like I mentioned, I mean, let's worry about making this game first, yeah? I'm really happy the driving model is not in the ambulance simulator, isn't as janky as Police Simulator. There's a lot that changed from Police Simulator. I mean, even just upgrading to Unreal Engine 5 gave us access to another whole suite of tools that we couldn't use in Unreal 4. And the amount of stuff that we've learned in 4 or 5 years has been like, it's you can't even describe how much more we learned. We've gained so much more talent in the studio. So there's a lot of people bringing in outside knowledge and expertise that we didn't have before. So there's some really cool stuff that we were able to upgrade with this. It just sucks that some of the bugs are still left over. Not left over, but like there's bugs happening in Ambulance Life. Covered multiplayer, so we got that. TGN. Will you guys eventually have a way for us to transport more than one patient to the hospital? So probably not, Cozy, because think of it this way, right? If you have a 15-minute shift and you get to a scene that has 5 patients at it, that is more than 15 minutes. If you take as much time as needed to 100% stabilize people and bring them to the hospital back and forth, it doesn't really make sense that you would be able to transport all of them. It's more than likely is you take one, bring it back, and by the time you come back, maybe there's one left because other ambulances have come in. So we're looking at solutions to make that feel more immersive and more rewarding for players, without having to like be able to do treatment for every single person on the scene, because even that can still take more than 15 minutes. So one solution we're looking at, for example, is simply like a call backup button, right? So as you're leaving the scene, you've taken care of your patient, you've triaged all the patients on the scene for what their needs are, and you call for backup as you're leaving. Then you would be rewarded in the scoring for being able to do that. You properly triaged, you properly called for backup. You would know that somebody is coming to take care of the remaining patients, and then you can worry about your patient specifically and move on to your next shift or your next call out after that. That's probably like the lowest lift but biggest impact thing that we could do. Otherwise, if we're adding actual AI ambulances to come and do stuff while you're there, like that's so much extra work that it would take away from all the other stuff that we want to do for quality of life, performance, or even feature updates. So that's like one thing that we're kind of looking at to see what we can do. Question: do you think in the future cars will make more room? Oh, just covered that. Perfect. You just push the AI traffic out of the way. Yeah, pretty much. Are we planning on getting advanced care paramedics car? I mean, theoretically, we kind of talked about how there are, you know, potentially other vehicles coming down the road with, you know, content updates, DLC updates, all that stuff. I'm sure that we all have big plans for that. And the community is actually giving us really cool ideas for stuff. But maybe. I mean, it might make sense for like the catastrophic events where you can take care of multiple people at once and bring them all to a hospital, something like that. But I can't even imagine what driving like a converted fire department into an ambulance vehicle would be like in San Pelicano right now, because it's already a nightmare with one. I have it on ultra. I have all of my densities on ultra. So there's like a gazillion pedestrians running around like zombies, and then a million vehicles that don't get out of the way. I like that part. I like making it more immersive for myself that way. Is there a way to turn on the volume on your partner? Not really right now, but we are addressing it. We're taking all of your partners to HR training because they're creating hostile work environments, and we fully understand. We're working on a solution for the VO. We might just like remove all the VO from the game and rewrite all the lines that people are using. That way you get, you know, a lot more realistic answers. You get replies that actually are relevant, and the AI partner won't annoy people as much. Wait, did you guys make a VR game? We made a VR game a long time ago. Yeah, it was well before my time. It was years before I got here. Meet the Miner VR. It's about coal mines. We also had a submarine game too. Can they make DLCs for a game? It would be cool if they do. I mean, probably. If the game does well, there's absolutely going to be DLCs, because the more money we make for the game, the more we can do in the game, if that makes sense. Because you have to understand that like publishers got to get paid, Acer's got to get paid, Sony, Steam, Microsoft all got to get paid. So like everything that does sell is split up into all these different pieces of the pie. So the more money the game overall makes, the more money that Acer and Nacon get, and then we can actually turn around and start making more content, because then we have the funding to be able to pay for that labor. So it's all a big circle. Troy, I challenge you to beat my C grade on the freeway catastrophe. We're changing that, by the way. We're making it easier to get S ratings on catastrophic events, because that's a big issue we've been seeing with people. There's so much variability in what can happen in cat events that, yeah, obviously there's a lot going on there. So we are addressing it. That's coming soon. Oh, no, we had an indoor skydiving game or like simulator. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite call out? Mine is Lost Person Animal Bite. That's actually a good one. I think my favorite is probably the cat events. I mean, that's kind of like a cop-out answer, but I just love... Okay, if I had to pick one cat event, it would be the chemical plant. That's my favorite cat event for sure, because it's just so crazy. Like, it's just nuts. But in terms of like normal call out, I would honestly probably say homeless person has been injured. And the reason for that is because there's so much more variety in that call out than any other call out archetype. I feel it seems like it could be anything by the time you get to a homeless person. If you've unlocked everything in the game and you take that call out, it's essentially like it could be a drug overdose, it could be a mugging, it could be exposure, it could be they're just malnourished, it could be they've had a heart attack, it could be like literally anything in your repertoire that a homeless person could have. And the underlying like comorbidities that they could have is also very widely varied. Will there be more skin packs? I mean, same with the vehicles. I would love to see more. And on that topic too, I might be in here already, but I haven't gotten to it yet, is modding. Modding is definitely something that we want to do, but it's not like a switch that we flip that lets modding happen. It has to be intentional, specific, what we allow, how we allow people to do it, what's included, what's not included, what the limitations, what all the different regulations are for it. So the short answer is yes, we do want to do modding. We just don't know exactly what it is we want to do yet, because we love what we've seen with Police Simulator. The liveries that people have made, outfits, all that stuff has been awesome. So we want to extend that to Ambulance Life because we think that the modding community can do a lot of really cool stuff with Ambulance Life specifically. On that note, I don't know if callouts are going to be included because that's a really complicated system underneath in the coding. So I don't know if that's going to be available for modding, but at the very least, cosmetics I think is going to be the bare minimum that we're going to include for sure. Hi Kylars, welcome in. Can you soon start playing? Yes, I'm just making sure nobody feels ignored in chat. Do not turn lawyer in front of the ambulance and make you have a game over screen. Yes, I'm turning off collision. I'm going to show that. So actually, let me go through some of the settings right now. Let me hop into the game. So there's a couple of settings that make the game a lot more fun for people. And this kind of has to do with like the classic mode versus the simulation mode. There's some things that you can change to turn it into a custom mode. So let me do a regular shift first. Okay, so if I go into settings here under game, the very first one, actually, let me crank up the UI scale first, so that everyone can see a little better. Okay, so there's a couple of things in here that really help out. So first things first, inverted controls are coming to the game. I don't know if it's the next patch or the one after, but we are absolutely adding a toggle for inverted axes. So that is coming. Stay tuned. People on PC, there's a workaround inside our Discord where if you are comfortable messing with your own ini file, your own game settings text file, you can make inverted happen for yourself right now on PC, but that's just a workaround. It is officially coming to inside this menu soon. Okay, so make sure, of course, if you want Imperial Metric, you're changing that. Obviously, I'm a filthy American, so I'm going to use Freedom Degrees. And this is part of the gameplay. So you can do simulation mode or you can do classic mode, but you can customize everything that is within those modes. So you can do classic because maybe you want some of the guardrails, but you can maybe turn off collision or you can turn on and off nudity, right? So we're gonna not allow brow removal just because we're live on Twitch. We don't know who's here. We are going to allow loading from last checkpoint. We do want the siren to turn off. We do want extended triage time. This doubles the triage time, by the way, from 4 minutes to 8 minutes. I am disabling the mini games because I want faster moments. The only time you might not want to turn this off is you want to really inspect a limb. You can start the mini game for bandages, but then exit out because you'll see maybe a different angle of the arm you didn't see before, and then you can just cancel it out and take care of the arm the way you want to do it. Faster patient deterioration. I am going to say yes on this. Ignore collision, yes. Ignore collision, yes. And then some player guidance. This is all up to you guys what you want to do for this. So treatment guidance, I'm going to say off. Let's YOLO a little bit. I am going to have that on. My density is turned up to ultra. Now, if you guys are lagging at all or you hate the amount of cars or pedestrians that are on the road, this is the setting for you guys. If you turn up the density, this is a very CPU heavy feature built into the game. So if you are struggling with lag, lowering this down to lower medium may help you experience a better performance overall inside the game. So just a heads up, this is a very important feature, not only for immersion purposes, but also for performance. Okay. And as far as performance itself, I'm running in borderless full screen just so that I can easily tab out and answer questions if I have to. But I recommend doing full screen mode if you're having issues with performance, because that means that the computer is only rendering that screen in full. if you do borderless full screen, it's also rendering the rest of your computer in the background, and that can harm your performance as well. VSync, unless you absolutely need it, I almost always recommend turning VSync off. Usually NVIDIA cards are much smarter at setting this up than having to force it on yourself. So I usually recommend turning this off. And then auto set quality will check the settings of your computer, and usually you do like the best recommended settings. But there's a couple of things that I really recommend. Hardware tracing, I'm going to turn on. DLSS is really good, but you can also use TSR is recommended. If you either don't have a really strong NVIDIA card or don't have an NVIDIA card at all, TCR is highly recommended. I'm going to change my DLSS to specifically be ultra performance, which will hinder a little bit some of the quality, but I don't think you guys are going to notice because we're only running it at 1080p anyway. Frame rate unlimited. I'm actually going to cap it at 144. My monitor is like 360, but I do not hit 360 in this game. It's way too pretty. Visual effects, we're going to leave. I recommend shadow quality turning down significantly. It obviously makes the game look worse when there's not realistic looking shadows, but shadows are really high, a high intensity process. So if you lower that, it'll help you with performance as well. View distance, make that as low as possible. That'll help you as well. Bloom optional, lens flares optional. That makes it feel very cinematic. Motion blur can make otherwise janky performance feel much smoother, but if you put it too high, it can also cause a little bit of nauseating experience too. It depends on the person. Everyone's different. And depth of field also turned down a little bit. That's the same as view distance. So it'll basically like what you're looking at is being focused. Everything else is kind of not really, it's like out of focus like a camera would be. And what you're looking at is the most important thing that's being focused. So that can help you a little bit too. Okay, gonna apply. Probably break the game. Let's see. Oh, let me crank my, I'm gonna turn my UI really low now that we've talked about that, because that's just what I prefer. I prefer it to be really small. Okay.
Alarm for ambulance 152. You have a new call out.
That's us. Let's go, Angela.
Dispatch to ambulance 152. Priority response needed. Over. We have received a report about a person in need of help who is located near some offices.
How's the volume, guys? Let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough, whatever have you. I gotta pause the stream before it lags me out. Oh my god, we're so sluggish. Ah, these hills. San Francisco's crazy, man. Thread the needle, thread the needle, thread the needle, thread the needle. We're good, we're good, we're good. Easy. Yeah. Nailed it. Thank you, officer. Have a good day. Brighton City could never. No one will notice that. It's fine. Oh my god, it's like 1,000 degrees in here. I'm sweating to death. Tokyo Drift, baby. Wait for it. I'd rather do this now than after. Perfect. Perfect. My flawless driving. How dare you?
My head hurts.
Your head hurts.
You want to assist? How? I can't even understand it myself.
Can you tell me what happened at least?
I can stay here. I have so much unfinished work.
Oh my god, she sounds like me. Let's calm down a little bit.
I'm starting to feel better.
Nice. I do want to make it so that when you use that option, it doesn't always work. Oh, she's sweating. She's like, oh, she's about to vomit. Do you take any medications?
Oh, I didn't take any meds.
Okay. 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 Let's see. So not only am I going to observe all the pieces of her body, but I'm also going to observe something around her too, just in case. Like, coffee cup could be relevant. You never know. I mean, she's just packed up her stuff. So, okay. So now let's take a look at the tablet, and we're going to select. Yeah, I would probably agree that this is mostly wet skin. I mean, I think wet skin can still be attached to extreme stress, but it's saying that this isn't going to be covered by that. So let's go ahead and pack her up. I don't think she's feeling well. I don't think so either, Mr. Ducks. I don't think she's feeling too well either. Okay. Head first. Okay, I'm realizing now I parked a little too close. Oh my god. So there's an issue sometimes where this door is locked for people after you put a patient into the ambulance. All you got to do is just restart load last checkpoint and you'll be able to access it again. It's a bug that we're working on right now. Okay, so first things first, let's check. Let's do pulse oximeter. I haven't unlocked it yet, Kylars. That would be a good flag, but I haven't unlocked diabetes or blood sugar yet.
I'm running a fever.
She thinks she's running a fever. I don't think so, ma'am. You are sweaty as hell. Goddamn. Sounds fine. Sounds
Heart rate
fine.
approaching normal levels.
Let me double check. That's still the best option. I think we're good. There's nothing to bandage. I'm not going to do CPR. I mean, I could, like, I'm going to give her an oxygen mask anyway. Her O2 levels are fine, but if you throw up, just throw up in that mask, ma'am. You'll be all set. I mean, that's as much as I can do. There's really no medications I can give her. I just need to bring her to the hospital. She just needs to, she's probably having some kind of an extreme stress attack or panic attack or something. Let insurance sort it out. Not my problem. Out of the way, you filthy heathens! The rescue lane's always in the leftmost lane, by the way.
Please drive more carefully.
Always in the leftmost lane. Look at this. Look at this freak. Look at this freak. That literally happens in real life, by the way. Like, people literally do that. Or even worse, as you pass by, they try to cut through. Like they try to stay behind the ambulance to cheat the traffic. That's illegal, by the way. People do it, but it's very illegal. We're going to take a shortcut here. This is another way you can avoid traffic, by the way, chat. So you don't have to always worry about what traffic is doing in response to you. And we're going to take another shortcut too. Yeah!
Like that at all.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Let me see. We take over from here.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Bruh. I'm just saying. Is that an AI voice? No, the only AI here is me. I'm the only bot playing this game. If you haven't yet, by the way, this is supposed to pause the game when you look at it because it's not available in the main menu yet, which we are working on. This now pauses the game in the new update that's coming out. So you don't have to worry. You can take your time reading this. All your timers, all the the stability of your patient stays while you're reading this. And this is incredibly useful information. We're always updating it to make sure that it's 100% accurate. But the first general tab is all like different specific things about the game. So like, how does a shift work? How does scoring work? How does triage work? But then you can get into the really nitty gritty stuff of like all the different individual conditions. So like, you know, what does a panic attack look like? These are evidences or symptoms that show up often with conditions. Not always, but some combination of this is more likely to show up when there's a panic. If there's venous bleeding, these are the things you would look for, and these are what the wounds look like. For interventions, these are all the different tools that you get, like glucose and a glucometer. You've got insulin, heparin, naloxone, neck brace, saline solution, oxygen mask. Anything that you can unlock will be in here, and you can read more about it, when to use it, what it does, all that stuff. Vitals, these are the different vitals you can take. I know, Angela. I know. And then evidences. These are the evidences that I've unlocked so far. So it's like skin abnormalities, it's internal issues, hazards maybe around the area of the environment that we're looking at. And then deduced findings are things that you have identified. And you may not be able to tie every single evidence to a symptom, but your job isn't to cure patients. Your job is to stabilize as long as possible to get them
Definitely an
safely
alarm.
to the
Hurry up.
nearest hospital. So
Let's
that
hit
is
the
your role.
ambulance ASAP.
Yes, Angela. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Way too much for me. Yeah. I mean, usually people refer to it once they actually need to. Like, oh, what is this? What am I looking for? How would I cure this? That's usually when people access the handbook. But I'm just letting everybody know that it's there and it's pretty damn good.
The patient is reported to be bleeding heavily.
Oh, this is the, I think this is like a bike accident, right?
Now, hurry up.
Excuse me. Me first. Me first. Me first. I'm better. Yeah. Thread the needle. Thread the needle, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We'll take it over here. You were terminated. I mean, healed. I mean, yeah, he's fine. He's good. Excuse me. Coming through. Excuse me. Thanks. Excuse me. Don't be afraid of scraping vehicles, by the way. I know that's more a fire department thing than an ambulance thing, but yeah, our game, we don't care. Ignore Angela. Plow through as you need to. This is why I turn off collision. I'm not waiting for no one. My patients come first.
Hey, keep your eyes open.
I actually love how good all these accidents look. Like, look at that damage, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's next level compared to Police Simulator. Look at the oil on the ground, everything. That's crazy. Look at the chewed up tire. Like, that's nuts. This is a horrifying accident to be in. Okay, first things first. I think this woman is at fault, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask her if she's at fault.
I saw nothing like that.
Can you tell me what happened? There's nothing at all. Nothing at all. Thanks for nothing. How about you? What happened?
All over my left lower leg.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Ooh, I'm feeling unsteady.
I mean, you're sitting down, so that's not a good sign.
I was in such a hurry. I didn't see the car coming at all.
My hair is almost like that. I'm balding at the top, but I'm gonna do a man bun soon to hide that. Problem solved. Do you suffer from any chronic health issues?
No chronic problems.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What about like medications?
Oh, I didn't take any meds.
Nice. Yeah, that's intentional. You mean this patient right here? That's intentional. It's a mohawk. Hi, Steffa. Intervention. Please calm down.
I'm starting to feel better.
See, look, meditation. It works, chat. Yeah, it's a mohawk, chat. That's purposeful. That looks fly. She looks so goofy. How dare you? I7. I know. That's the same answers. The reason for that is because like voiceover is very expensive. Everybody assumes that these are AI voices. They're not. They're real people from agencies or people from inside Acer Studio. And because of that, our limitations were really, really small. And I think when the scripts were made, we didn't really know how big and varied the game was going to be. And we didn't really understand exactly how much witnesses were going to be spoken with. You know, that type of dialogue. So overall, the pool of lines it can pull from is incredibly small because voiceover is expensive. So one thing that we're thinking about doing is, and tell me what you guys think of this. We're thinking about completely taking, sometimes we're thinking about taking all voiceover out and just replacing it with like more realistic, useful dialogue that you would have to read. It wouldn't be read out. But it would at least be more relevant to the scenarios you're in or the patients that you're treating. What do you guys think about that? Would you rather have no voiceover and have to read everything, or maybe vary the voiceover and wait until we get more funding to do more voices and more lines? What would you guys prefer? Beaver says he'd rather have some voiceover now, even though it's not great. He'd rather have some now. I think Kylar's, you said you'd rather have no voiceover. Give me all the funding. Okay, Mr. Ducks, you got it. I kind of agree, Beaver, which is why we didn't do nothing. We did something. Honestly, I just want the responses to actually be relevant to their. Yeah, so that would be the only solution because we don't have like a ton of money to be able to spend acting, right? No voice feels bad, I guess. Yes, it's torn. It's really torn. And we can't really give the option because like you can't turn it off if you want to, because then they just wouldn't line up. It's hard. It's a really hard discussion for sure. Now pretend your breast muscles stopped working and you exhaled for the last time. That's true. That is one of the prompts we gave the actors. That's 100% true. Yeah. For the record, for those who don't know, Undot was a tech artist at Acer. Now he's part of the community team. So he is an Acer employee. So he knows some of the back end stuff. Depends. Most people are too lazy to read, so we'll have to keep it all VO. I mean, it's hard. Combination of the two. Mesh the limited voice with the extended description in the text. Okay, actually, third lung, that's kind of an interesting idea. Oh God, she's dying. I'm literally sitting. I should have paused the game. She's literally, she's passed out. Chat, no! I just saw her literally lay down for the last time. Oh God. What are you doing, chat? You're trying to get this lady killed. What are you doing? Okay. Hemorrhagic emergency. Yep, that's definitely a hemorrhagic emergency. Do I have tourniquet yet? I don't think I have tourniquet. I have neck brace. Here, have a neck brace. What Detroit? I didn't murder. It's just negligence. It's different. Totally different. You can't get me on murder. Murder requires intent. She lays there dying while Troy is busy. I mean, hey, chat is more important, okay? I love y'all. Okay. All right. We can salvage this. We can salvage this. But third lung, I think I kind of like that idea. We're like leaving it for context, but then delivering more context through text or something like that. Or maybe like a narrative, not specifically that it's the patient saying it, but maybe like extra narrative that's being added. Okay, she's still breathing. We're fine, chat. We're fine. Chill. You're so dramatic. She's tachycardic. I don't see any wounds here. She does have a wound on her left leg though, or her right leg. One of her legs. Another solution is just remove this screen, add an interview button, just give the symptoms to the tablet. That's interesting, Kylars. Actually, Kylars, you're in the Discord. Can you add that with more detail to the feedback, like the feature suggestions channel? Because that's I'd like to expound on that. Actually, that's a kind of an interesting way of looking at it. The best paramedic in San Pelicano does a monologue when she's dying. I love it. Adriano, is that you? How dare you? First of all, how dare you? Okay. Bandages. Which leg is it? Oh, it's okay. So it's your left leg. Look at that wound. Oh, it's so gruesome. Look at the goosebumps. That's the detail in this game is actually crazy. I can't wait till we get this game to be more stable for everybody so we can really start featuring more on all the different feature suggestions people have, because I'm very excited for the future of this game. Like, super excited. From a green tag to black. Oh, yeah, pretty much, Vince. Pretty much. Okay, BP... temperature's fine. I mean, it's coming down a little bit. Her blood pressure is probably going to come down a little, but I mean, let's help it a little bit, shall we? Feel free to DM me. License EMT here. Of course, third. Of course. We have a pool of medical advisors that are paramedics from all around the world, or EMTs or otherwise medical professionals in the field. And we got them a little too late in the game. Like, by the time we grabbed them all and onboarded them, most of the content for the game was baked in, but they've given us a massive list of stuff that we can't wait to start interacting with and brainstorming on to be able to put into the game. You know, like adding a jump bag was something we just didn't simply have time for. And it's because we also couldn't do outside treatment. There was just limitations on time for that as well, with physics and animations and all that. So we nixed the outside treatment and the jump bag in lieu of doing just all inside the ambulance. And when we get to that point where maybe it's something we can finally actually do because we have the time, we have the funding to do that now and do it right, then that's when we're going to bring them in and go, okay, show us pictures of all your jump bags. Is it a backpack? Is it a duffel bag? Like all these different details, and we'll be able to start hammering out exactly what we want to put inside the game. And that's like when the real fun begins. Like, just getting this game out was step one. How long is the delay between each call out? It can be seconds. It can be like 30 seconds. It varies. It's usually not too long though, because shifts are only like 15 minutes. So you usually don't have to wait more than like 20 seconds for call out. Sometimes it's like right away. The second you step out of the hospital, you already have another one waiting for you. What was I going to give her? I guess I'm going to give her a little bit of lorazepam.
Don't delay transport.
Well, actually, I don't
Let's
have to
go.
now. She's stable. Oh, well. Here we go. Whee! Have some drugs, lady. We're out. They might plummet her heart rate. We'll see. I mean, she went from 100 down to 70. That's better. We are working, by the way, on the pedestrians acting like terrified rats every time the sirens come on. They all panic instead of just like standing still and watching. They all fully like, I'm going to hit them, which Bastille would say is accurate. Excuse me.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Yeah, but I do. I'm actually going to turn off the sirens so that they don't cut in front of me, because I like this strip right here. And now turn back on. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Like that at all.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh my God. See, we're gonna curb hop.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
It's okay. The patient would rather arrive alive. Okay, and that's what we're doing. I'm purposely hitting that. Actually, I'm gonna go backwards. You can do this too, chat. By the way. Excuse me. Excuse me. You can go backwards through the emergency alley. Troy's why we made palm trees less sturdy. How dare you? Also true.
Let me see.
Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and skip. Let's see. Yeah, see that? A. All the doubters in chat. Imagine. I did 7, so I used the patient protocol to select the diagnosis before I put her on the stretcher. I could have done it after I started treatment, just in case I learned something new, which is smart to do. But I did that right before she had venous bleeding. It was a hemorrhagic emergency, and it was venous bleeding. See up at the top here. So my diagnosis, even though I didn't check it during treatment, it could have changed. Like maybe I found something that we didn't know outside. It could have changed while inside. But yeah. Troy's driving is always 12 out of 10. Thanks, Ice Mountain. Not everyone agrees. Why there's an option for an 8-minute triage timer? Really, just because of me. You're right. We also did it for accessibility reasons, so that people who might have a harder time with controls will be able to not feel as rushed or get a terrible score because maybe they can only find half the people in that time. So we just wanted to give people that option. We would rather have more options than force people, funnel people into a specific way that we want to do things, if that makes sense. At least when it comes to like features. My car vanished and came back, huh? I love when that happens, Vince. I got 1B and 4A. That's not bad, Assassin. That's great. Why does Panic Mute Headache have those red icons? That's where I get confused. That's a good, so that's really good, a really good flag. We're working on making this a little more obvious because we thought it was obvious because we had 2 paramedics on the team. So like to them, a lot of this already made sense, but this is just not clear and it doesn't really steer players in the direction of what they could do better to make it next time. Sometimes you can't find everything. It could be that if I asked more witnesses, it could be, oh, she hit her head on the ground, and maybe that would give me the cue for a headache. Sometimes simply observing every body part will tell you what it was. Like, for example, this is all listed as 1, and 1 is an external factor. So that could be like maybe if I examined a helmet on the ground from a bike rider, maybe the helmet was cracked. That could indicate that there might be a headache or something like that. And the more I find out, basically as much evidence as you can collect will give you as much context as possible. But you may not be able to always find everything because you just have to do the best with what you have. And the game isn't clear in that. And that's part of the problem too. Unusual scene. I could have asked her. There's an indicator when there's an unusual scene. There's an extra dialogue option specific to that scene scenario. I didn't ask that question, so that's why that's missing there, for example. Unresponsive. That was my fault. Mute. I'm not sure how you would find that out, except if you try to talk to them and they don't speak. And she did speak, so that one didn't make sense to me. So I don't know why that flagged. As far as treatment, this is everything that I've done. So first aid. If I had tourniquet, I would have had to apply the tourniquet, but I haven't unlocked it yet, so it's not there. Yeah. So there's only like 1 or 2 things I could have done better. Realistically, if I didn't let her sit there and bleed out, I probably would have gotten an S. I mean, if you do If you immediately grab a patient and fly to the hospital every time, you'll probably get an S almost every time. Because unless like they're literally dying as like if they're dead the second you put them in the ambulance and you don't do anything and drive to the hospital, like, yeah, that's a little sketchy. But if they're still alive and somewhat stable, even if they're deteriorating and you get them to the hospital quickly, that's still a high portion of the scoring and grading. So you can really, like, if you really want to like boost your score up, just do a bunch of quick transports without any treatment. We all said in the beginning there's gonna die a patient. I didn't. She lived. How dare you all? How dare you all? What is the intended method to lower BP before you unlock? There isn't one, Kylars. So in that scenario, that was kind of done intentionally. So you're not supposed to get too many patients that present with something that you haven't learned yet, but it's still possible. And that is part of the challenge of being a paramedic, is you may not always have everything you need in the moment. So you have to make do with what you have. Because again, your job isn't to cure everybody. It's just to simply stabilize them long enough to get them to a hospital. So if that's the only symptom that you can't address, I'm gonna turn this down because this music's loud. If that's the only symptom that you can't address, your best shot is do everything else and then rush to the hospital. And that's how you get the best score in that scenario. Yes, it'll say you missed it, but you can't technically treat it because you don't have that tool yet. Yeah, you pretty much just rush. I just want to keep them alive. Absolutely understandable. Yes. It's probably a problem if like that bug that we talked about where like you're getting call outs in the wrong district and you want to go to the correct hospital. That can be a longer distance. So you might not really have the ability to do that with those particular patients because they might deteriorate in that time, but you have to kind of play it by ear. We wanted players to feel challenged but not overwhelmed. We wanted you guys to have to make tough decisions, right? Especially when you look at like catastrophic events. We wanted you to have to make the decision about who lives and who dies because you won't be able to save everybody. Yes, this person is going to die if they're not treated, but these two people might deteriorate in the time it takes you to actually stabilize that person. Two others could die, right? So like that's part of the challenge we wanted to try and create the balance around. And we don't always get it right, but we feel like it's in a pretty good state now and it just needs tweaking. So once we get like these issues and bugs under control, that's when we can really look at all the telemetry and see where things are not going the way we expected, what players are saying is happening versus what's actually happening, or what we thought was going to happen. All this stuff is stuff that we're taking into account as we continue building out the game. Okay, now I have morphine and tourniquet. So those are really important. Saline 2, ventilator, those are all really important tools for early in the game. Okay, before I go into another shift, I am going to do another shift. Before I do want to show you guys in the bottom left hand corner, if you can see it, is the customization option. I never lose my voice. I never get tired of hearing myself talk. Cog, I think that's a good idea. It'll probably be me. It'll probably be me reading all the voiceover. Or Jackie. Jackie's our QA director, and she is the voice of the opening cinematic where she welcomes you to San Pelicano. That's an Ace Air employee. That's one of our QA developers. Okay, so in here, you can change your actual character in the customization menu here. You can also change your partner. So if you're sick of Angela's voice, you can at least make somebody else mad at you, like Mateo. And you can also customize your vehicle. So as you unlock vehicles, they'll be in here. All the different sirens that are available are here. Let's pick a really fun siren, shall we? I actually love this one. This is one of my favorites. The ice cream one might be my favorite, but this is up there. I do like that one too. All like the 15 additional sirens, I like almost all of them except for this, like these. Almost every streamer I pop into the stream of is using this siren every single time. I might have to, chat. I might have to make that the horn. It's funny because we have a London one. This one feels very London-y. Yeah. I think that's the one, chat. I think that's the one. Most of ACR uses the Munich one too. Obviously, they're a little biased, I think, Cassiopeia. Honestly, the Paris one goods too. It's really close to the original. The Pelicano Screamer. Damn! This one's like an actual foghorn. That's crazy. That's like a klaxon alarm. Why does it sound like a violin? That's awesome. Okay. And then branding. The only brand we have so far is the fire department skin, which I am going to put in. I'm going to throw that on right now because it's actually really pretty. I love how shiny it is. Okay. Try have to go by. Vince, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're enjoying the game, Vince. Can't check them out. Sadly, still not including the streamer keys, but I've heard them a lot anyway, so not a problem for me. Yeah, we'll get them to you, Beaver. Chitty, yes. The triage. Let me, I'm going to link real quick. Hold on. You'll have to join our Discord first, but I am going to be doing videos about these and things too. So, this here is a way to join our Discord channel. Once you sign up to be part of like the ambulance life category, you'll be able to see this channel that I linked here. This is going to be filled with best practices. And the very first entry is about triage tags. Let me show it real quick. I'll show the screen. Discord, here we go. Okay, you guys, I can't really zoom in that much, but you can at least see this a little bit. So for triage specifically, right? So triage tags exist for any scenario where there are multiple patients. So if you have more than one patient, you have to triage everybody to make sure that they're all in the same board. Making sure that they're being taken care of, you know who to prioritize, who to take, who not to take, etc. And this can be in a standard shift, it can be in a catastrophic shift, right? You're supposed to basically observe them. If you have time, speak to them, pick their diagnosis, and then triage them accordingly. So there's 4 different triage tags. Sometimes there's 5, like by UN regulations, there's also a blue one, but we don't have the one in our game. So in ours, a green tag, and we have a new widget now in game to show you the triages. The green tag is for people who are not in need of care. They might have like extreme stress or panic attack or something like that where they don't need an immediate intervention. Yellow is they're in need of care, but it's not an emergency. Red is in care, but they are emergent. There is an emergency. If they're not treated, they will die. No hold bar, like no cap, full stop. If they're not treated, they'll die. That's usually like bleeding, choking, things that if they're not addressed will kill somebody. If you tourniquet somebody, that can turn somebody from red to yellow because that can last a couple of hours before they need amputation. So that's one thing. Choking will usually trump bleeding because depending on the bleed, that can take longer. You'll need a few minutes to stop breathing and die. Choking is usually a much higher priority in scenarios like that. Black is they're deceased or they can't be saved. So that is somebody who is like, they're on palliative care. Like you're giving them morphine as they're dying to just ease their pain a little bit. They can't be saved. That's usually what that means. So the order that we expect for usually, yeah, I would say Chitty, if there's something stuck in their throat or you're hearing rattling noises when you're using a stethoscope, anything like that is usually emergent. Like there's a problem. If it's not addressed, they could easily die very quickly. Yes. It's not always the case, but it's supposed to be. That's how it's treated. And the order that we expect folks to do triage in a multi-patient scenario is listed out here. So first you respond and call to the scene. You locate as many patients as there are on the scene. If you're playing on classic mode, it'll tell you how many patients there are, like, 3 out of 5 patients found. Then you'll do anamnesis or assessment and observe the patients. So you're asking them for questions for verbal evidence. Then you're also checking the environment and their body for physical evidence. Maybe there's a cup that has extra caffeine in it. Maybe that's why they're having a panic attack. That's what normally environmental evidence would look like. From there, you'll apply any basic first aid that needs to be done, whether it is a neck brace. Sometimes you can do bandages. You can do tourniquets when needed. That will help de-escalate a triage situation. And then once you actually diagnose them and see where their status is at, that's when you can triage them based on the needs that you now know. You've unlocked as much as you physically can with the time that you have and take a best guess. You can't always get it right unless you have the time to do that. Like, for example, you have a triage timer that's staring down the barrel. You have to be able to get it to as many people as possible. High stream. Who was that? But yes, I stream. And then essentially you pick one person to take to the hospital and the rest remain there. They're being treated by somebody after you leave. It's not obvious. It was implied, but it's clearly not obvious enough at all. So we're looking at a way to either make that more obvious or have a player like call for backup as they're leaving, knowing that somebody is coming on the way there. And usually in those cases, there's like police or fire already on the scene. So it's not like they're being left completely alone, but we definitely understand it breaks the immersion that you have to leave these patients that might otherwise be red triage to take care of them. So we get it. We get it. It's a big ask. I mean, it's not a big ask. It's a big request. And we're working on a solution for it for sure. Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's do another 15-minute one. They give injured people an injection. The police simulator sometimes are more panicked than the bystanders. Absolutely true. Which is, you ask any paramedic, Chitty, and they'll tell you that like the police giving you zero information on a traumatic scene is accurate. We've heard that from so many medical professionals in our Discord that they're like, the police literally giving us no information is 100% real. Which I think is sad, but really funny. Let's go this way while we wait. God, this ambulance is actually really pretty. I really want to unlock the Sprinter though, because the Sprinter looks really good. Oh damn, we're right here. I'm gonna cut through. Excuse me. Oh, I actually have to be here. I was gonna go up and around and use this as a shortcut, but this is actually where the call out is. Amazing. I want to be able to leave quickly. Would be nice if police sim and ambulance can share common features. Yes, yes. There are some things. There's some things that we can't do because, like, technically, Nacon and Astragon are like competitors, really. So it's two separate games, even though we develop both. There are some things that we can't add. So there are limitations. There are some limitations. All right, so I don't really see anything. What about this? No. Okay. Let me ask you first. So here's the, of course I have my UI really small, but you can see here, we updated the triage tags to include these color codes with also like a quick tooltip of what they are for.
Got pain in my right thigh.
Do you now? How can we be of assistance?
My skin feels incredibly warm.
Yeah, I imagine it would if you've been on fire.
There was a sudden blast, and I felt intense heat. I tried to cover my face, but my arms got the worst of it.
Yeah, they definitely did. I can see that.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Just some painkillers a few days ago for a headache. Nothing else.
All right, to calm you down.
Starting to feel better.
Nailed it.
Got pain in my right thigh.
I think they both have the same burns.
Feels incredibly warm.
They don't seem like, neither one of them seems immediately
There was a sudden
emergent.
blast,
So they're probably
and I
both going to be
felt
yellow.
intense heat. I tried to cover my face, but my arms got the worst of it.
And your leg.
No, nothing.
Medications?
Just some painkillers a few days ago for a headache.
Okay.
Nothing else.
So nothing major. Nothing major.
That feels better.
Meditation. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna triage you. You're gonna be yellow. Okay. Let's take a look. Wait, this guy. Oh, I should probably observe. Yes. I'm like, wait, they're all empty.
This way.
He's such a baby. Your buddy's hurt too, man. I gotta take care of both of you. Okay, so we haven't learned burns yet, so I can't select them. So I'm gonna do traumatic injuries and unselected. This is a bug that we're working on right now. They're not supposed to have these options because we haven't learned them yet. So I have to learn a burst of experience, which I haven't unlocked yet. So we're gonna take one.
This way.
Now they're both complaining. No. Fasten seatbelts. We're gonna take the guy with the arms because he has blood on his leg and blood on his arm. Ooh, that arm looks nasty too. Okay, let's turn around.
Over here.
Bye. Have a good day. Team number 2 will be here shortly, sir. Just rub some dirt in it. You'll be fine. Okay. Blah. Let's do pulse oximeter. Why is he triage black? Because I hit the wrong button. I hit A when I was trying to hit back. When I was showing the triage tags. Because I'm an idiot. That's why he's black. Okay, let's check your chest out. Checking, because he's crossing his arms, me doing a stethoscope, even if I don't need it, will let me look at his body to see what wounds are there as well. So it just gives me a better look at the body. So I'm going to do leg first. Oops. Wrong one. And here he is again, 82617. Hello, hello, hello. Now, normally I would use like a burn bandage, but I haven't had them unlocked yet. So we're going to do regular bandage. They're right here. Oh, that looks so gross. Ugh.
Blood pressure is getting too high.
Blood pressure's getting
Blood
too
pressure's
high.
normalizing.
Yeah. We're good now. We're good now. I'm going to do just for fun. Ugh. I failed the jump you did. You tried it, assassin? Yeah, it takes a steady stunt professional to be able to do this. Okay, and now let's do some morphine. His heart's fine now. It's not about to be. I'm so sorry in advance. All right, let's go. Move out, people. I think it's gonna be faster if I go up and around. Oh my god.
Our patient doesn't like that at all. Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Oh my god, it's so loud. I love it. It sounds like a violin though.
Please drive with careful. Think of our patient.
Oh, I'm thinking of the patient. We're gonna take a shortcut.
Please drive with careful. Think of our patient. Please drive with careful. Think of our patient.
Excuse me. Coming through. Excuse me. Nothing to see here, folks. What city siren was this? Is the very last one. I forget what the name of it was. This wasn't a city. This is like the Pelicano Mark II or something like that, I think. We're here! Yay! That really hurts my ears.
Let me see.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Munich siren 26 for sure. München. There you go. So, yeah, I was supposed to do no category selected and unselected because I hadn't learned burn yet. But I still got an A. Triage scored because I messed up because I gave him a black tag. So I might have gotten an S actually if I was able to select the right diagnosis. But I think if I just didn't mess up the triage, I would have gotten an S out of that. All right, on to the next. We do have ideas, by the way, on how to make driving a little more engaging. So we want to have like blips, wails, yelps, the ability to like maybe swap between sirens while you're playing, stuff like that. We're looking into it.
The patient is reported to be in severe pain. A car collided with the bicycle, resulting in serious injuries for the rider.
Nice, bicycle. So this is an instance where we will probably be able to scan the helmet, and that might give me some extra context for the patient's status or condition. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh, I tried to not hit that one. Excuse me. Nailed it. We're gonna cut through again. Oh, this vehicle is so large.
Careful, please. Just a small bump. Should be fine.
Should be fine. Excuse me. Coming through. Excuse me. Okay. Hi, Fit Marine. Welcome in. What about adding me into the game? I don't think I want you to be able to kill me in the game. Damn, look at the post. That's crazy. That's wild. Okay. What happened?
I don't know about that. Sorry.
Damn, he looks so real.
Over here.
That's crazy.
I was driving onto the road and suddenly there was this crash. Is this my fault?
He did a chat.
I hope they are okay.
Where's Brighton police?
There was this horrible cracking sound when they landed.
Yuck. Yuck. Hi, dude.
Right
How you doing?
leg. It hurts.
Yeah, I bet it does.
I have a really nasty bruise.
You got more than a bruise, my dude.
That car, it came out of nowhere. I don't remember much afterwards.
That's actually valid.
I haven't had any chronic illnesses.
My favorite are the ones who say, like, I don't believe in medicine. Those are my favorite people.
No, I haven't taken any medicine.
All right.
I'm starting to feel better.
All right, let's observe. Is he the only person who's been injured? I didn't see anyone else. Water, nothing else. What about, is there a helmet? Oh, there is somebody else. Trash can, bike. Woo! I don't think he made it, chat. Brutal. Is this your fault, lady?
I have no idea, I'm afraid.
She has no idea she's afraid. Anything else I can scan? I don't think so. Yeah, this pole is cranked, dude. Like, that's crazy. How fast was he going? That's nuts. Okay, let's get him in the ambulance. Yeah, there's only one patient. Otherwise, they'd be able to triage both, and I probably would have taken the other guy because he's very clearly bleeding out. But, yeah, not really much we can do. He has expired. Okay, now I'll do the tablets. Let's see what my dude can be here. Definitely a hemorrhagic emergency and venous bleeding, which covers most of the symptoms. Most, not all of them, but most of them. Welcome back, Vince. Why don't you move the stretcher to the patient right away? Because I got people to talk to. I love his blue hair, by the way. Oh, you see that? There's a cut on his wrist. So now I know that I can't put it there. Yep. So we're going to put it on this arm, and then we're going to bandage that left forearm. If I listen to his chest, I can look for other cuts. Sounds okay. No. I want left forearm. Left forearm. See it? So that'll help stabilize some of the blood pressure and his heart rate. I mean, I can't really do much for these, but I guess I'm going to bandage them anyway. They're really just hematomas, but...
Blood pressure is getting too high.
You can totally grab it and bring it. Yeah, the blood pressure is going to be fine. Chill. Chill, Elias.
Blood pressure is getting too high.
All right, chill. Honestly, I think we're good. I don't really think there's anything else I can do here. Temperature's fine, heart rate's fine, hypertension I can't do anything with. Yeah, blood pressure I can't do much. We're good. Surprised you only had that one little cut. I expected it to be worse. Since he had his pants on, I wasn't really sure exactly what to expect when I took the pants off, but not that bad. The siren, bro. Right, normally I would cut through there, but it's gonna be faster to go around. Excuse me. Do we take the shortcut, chat? Do we take the express lane? I think we take the express lane.
Please drive more carefully. Think of our patient.
Express lane. That's the fast pass.
Let me see.
For those that want to avoid the tolls, you know. Can they add chill pills in the game? Nah, you are the chill pill. You got to calm them down. All right. Did I miss anything? Yeah, blood sugar I couldn't do anything with. Blood pressure I couldn't really do a whole lot with. So, I mean, I did everything else I could. So, yeah, I'll take an A. Driving patients through the front window. I mean, it is a drive-through, right? Level up. Let's go, baby. House fire. Burn bandages. So next, if you don't know, you can check out the progression of what's unlocking here. So in this district, I still have... I get the catastrophe at level 4. Should we just play through the catastrophe, chat? Should I play until we get that? I still can't forget that one day surprise join one of my police stream saves. Yes. Yeah, that was me. You deserve an S for this stunt. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay, let's do 15 minutes. Let's try. I want to try something. I'm going to not treat a single person. I'm going to fly them to the hospital as quickly as possible because I want to get to level 4 so we can do the catastrophe. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Situation. Respond immediately. Ambulance 152. Get ready for a new call. The accident occurred near a public parking lot.
See, that's them hitting the concrete.
The patient is reported to be in severe pain.
Ah! My fault.
We've received reports of an accident involving a car and a bicycle.
My fault.
One person is in need of immediate medical assistance. Sending you the location now. Hurry up. Over.
Excuse me.
Careful, please.
Oh, I can't go through here. I gotta go all the way around. Oh, I have to turn up here. Troy understands now. Excuse me. They just scatter like cockroaches. Damn, this time they flipped. Crazy. All right, let's go right to the patient. Anamnesis.
Wrong with my head.
I bet she was on her phone. I bet she was on her phone, chat. Excuse me. Just run over the body. Good God. Yeah, let's just leave that dude cut in half alone. Yeah, there's some really gruesome scenes for sure. My God, it's like a maze. This is crazy. I don't know if I'm going to use the inverted. I might use inverted for the stretcher, but not the driving or the looking. I never got used to inverted. And like technically the stretcher's inverted because like you're controlling the rear, not the front. Not treating. We're going straight to the hospital. I want to see. I want to test it. Now that I've started transport, I cannot go back and treat, by the way. It locks out that phase, just so you know. But I'm going to zoom. Did I squeeze?
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Barely. Hold that thought. Express.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Express lane.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
No, they're fine. They love it. They love it.
Let me see.
I don't truly remember how I did it, but I flipped the ambulance fully upside down. Yeah, I did that. A B? That's fine. Treatment was skipped. Let's go. Let's go. I just want experience. I might have to do another shift after this. I don't know if one shift is going to be enough. I guess we'll find out. Oh, bye, Elijah. Elias. By the way, he's fine. He teleports inside. They love it. They love it. Excuse me. Mimi.
This is
Ooh, I'm like right here. Hell yeah. That under? Yeah, it's under.
building is on fire and has been reported. There might be more than one person in the building. Be prepared for smoke inhalation and burn victims.
Fine. We're fine.
Transmitting location. Make haste. Over.
We're fine. Wait, wrong way.
Hey, keep your eyes
Game's trying to sabotage me.
No one will notice that.
We're good. We're good. You have one messy ambulance in the back. Yeah, I'm not responsible for cleaning it. We got one. Just the one? Usually there's multiple patients. Just one, huh? That's okay. I'll grab you. I'll grab you. Easy. Yeah, somebody in Discord had ass. So they were really excited about their score. I think it was a CAT event because there were like 6 patients or something. We're gonna skip. We're gonna go right to hospital. And luckily we're really close. Let's go this way. Wow.
Please drive more carefully. Think of our patient.
And we're gonna go up to the left here.
Please drive more
Excuse
carefully.
me.
Think of our patient.
Excuse me. This hospital is gigantic, by the way. Look at it. It's massive. Excuse me.
Please drive more carefully. Think of our
We're fine.
patient.
Nothing to see here, folks. We're fine. Everything's good.
Please drive more carefully. Think of our patient.
Mateo, please. Mateo, please.
Let me see.
Yeah, I know you. I know, Third Lung. I know you are responsible for cleaning it in real life. I know. B, I'm still gonna take that. I've gotten like 2,000 experience right now, and I'm not even a third of the way through. I'm 1/3 of the way through the shift. Got a funny moment. My Swedish friend's been MIA to his new job and moving, so I went almost a month without speaking, and he told us he had 3 extra brothers, and explaining we figured out he meant step brothers. Oh yeah, that's damn. They were busy. B for bad driver. How dare you? How dare you? You're not wrong, but how dare you? The gall, the gumption. Just gonna cut everybody off. It's fine. Dispatch
to ambulance 152. We need immediate response. Alarm for ambulance 152. We received a report of a severe accident in the vicinity. Several workers were present. Prepare for multiple.
Excuse me! Ah!
Happened on a small construction site. Reason unknown.
I can't believe I didn't hit a single thing there. I'm gonna be dead ass. That was actually wild. I didn't hit a single car or those pedestrians. I'm actually really getting used to the siren. Where? Oh, straight ahead. Hey, it's Aaron. Everybody say hello to Aaron. This is one of our producers for Ambulance Life. Say hello to Aaron, everybody. Just one patient? Looks like it. I love, my God. I walk up to her and the new evidence is obese. God damn, way to get called out, dude. That's wild. It's gonna be a little tricky. She's right against that. There we go. Bom, 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 bom. My fault for parking the way I did. Yeah, I got it. Nope, skipping. So this is about to be 4 patients in 10 minutes.
Patient doesn't like that at all.
Excuse me.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Excuse me.
Our patient doesn't
Excuse
like that
me.
at all.
Oh, I could go in right there too. Somebody said in Discord they love the sound of the tires cracking on pavement. They said it was like really realistic feeling. It was very immersive. And I never thought about it before, but it is. The slower you go, the more you can hear the cracking. It's pretty damn cool.
Let me see.
Yes, Aaron was on the ACR stream last week. B? I'm gonna be honest, Chad. If I keep getting B's, like that's fine. I just want to level up. I should be able to do 2, maybe 3 more patients, depending on how far they are. Yeah, this one's kind of far.
We have received a report about a person in need of help who is located near some offices.
This will be an easy one.
The individual is reported to experience severe anxiety attacks. Transmitting location, make haste. Over.
Make haste. Yeah, that's another thing too, is the dispatcher sounds good. Like the voice and the cadence sounds really good, but they say things that dispatchers would never, they would never tell you to hurry up. So there's a lot of realism that we want to inject in things like that, because that's like an easy fix. As long as we have the money to do it, like that's easy enough to fix. It's just changing the scripts for stuff like that. I love those purple cars. Excuse me.
Hey, keep your eyes open.
Mateo, please. I'll do as I please.
Hey, keep your eyes open.
Thank you. I'm literally just grabbing and running. I'm not asking questions. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just, they could not even be a patient. They might just be somebody having a cigarette break, and I'm just grabbing them, kidnapping them, and bringing them to another building. Who actually knows at this point? Yeah, I'll probably have time for 1 more. I mean, maybe 2 more. Maybe I'll have time for 2 more. Let's go back down. Muscoozy!
Please drive with careful. Think of our patient.
Ah! Easy. Not even close. We're fine.
Temperature is rising. Keep mild.
This is really cool. So this is when your partner actually intervenes with stuff. Because they're destabilizing as we're driving, they're asking me what the best advice out of a couple of options are. So I'm going to say morphine.
All right, I'm on it.
So now you can see in the upper right-hand corner, they're administering morphine based on my recommendation. So that can help stabilize a patient that might normally have been stabilized when you started, because you cannot go back into the treatment phase once you begin transport.
Please drive with careful. Think of our patient.
Oh my God. We're fine. Easy.
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
Muscoozy!
Our patient doesn't like that at all.
It's alright, they're full of morphine. They don't care. They don't care about anything right now. They're morphed up. Mighty Morphin. One time I crashed into a power box into a person. Yes. I've done that with the like the line of trash barrels. I've blasted them through a whole line of traffic. Okay, depending on how close the next one is, I might be able to squeeze 2 in. I'm just hoping it's enough to level up. That's all.
152 high priority dispatch acknowledged for ambulance 1.
Where? Oh, that's kind of far.
152, the accident occurred
Okay,
in
we'll see.
residential
We'll see if I have clear traffic on the way there. Because I would like to do a cat event before we leave. Make it like a 2-hour stream. How long are we on? I almost missed the turn. Excuse me! Ah! Bye. Have a good day. I mean, if you're gonna get hit by a vehicle, it might as well be an ambulance, right? Am I right, chat? I just want to save time. I'm pushing everyone out of the way on purpose. I'm trying to get to, what is it, 6 patients? How many have I done? 4? I've done 4. This is 5. Hey, look at that one. Oh, my hair was messed up. Now it's fine. Look at everyone is just agape at this poor bastard laying on the ground. Everyone's like, I don't know what to do. Like, God, use a belt to do something. You guys are crazy. Ooh, you don't sound good, my friend. If only there was someone here to treat you. Unfortunately, there will be no treatments. Not today.
Catching my breath.
Well, I guess we better get you to the hospital then, huh? Shortcut? Not a shortcut. Oh, I thought it was a shortcut. There's lots of shortcuts in the city that'll save you some time. That unfortunately was not one of them. We're just gonna zoom. We're just gonna zoom, chat. Could we possibly see road traffic collisions in the future? I mean, that would be pretty dope. There's lots of ideas we have for additional callouts and stuff like that. We just don't know what's possible yet. Let's go this way, and then we're gonna have to cut right. No, we'll go straight up here.
Please drive careful. Think of our patient.
I am thinking of the patient. I'm rushing to the hospital. That's all I'm thinking about. And the sweet, sweet, delicious EXP they're gonna give me. Okay. It's the end of the shift. Let's see what we end up with. They're all bees. They're all bees, by the way. Wrong life-saving intervention. I didn't do anything. Shift over. We level up. No. We're so close. We're so close, chat. Okay, what if I do arterial bleeding? Do I get experience for doing a tutorial? How can you eat experience? It's just delicious.
Welcome to St. Johann. I will be your partner for the next set of training call-outs. It's nice to meet you.
Dispatch to ambulance 152. Gunshots reported in an alley in St.
You've heard good things about me? They're all lies, my friend.
Sending you the coordinates now.
Sorry, Mateo. They are all lies.
152. Roger.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
The patient is probably losing a lot of blood. Take any shortcuts.
Move! Thank you. You heard me. Oh, I am on top of this car. I'm just going with him. Easiest way to clear the road, by the way. Is this really the fastest way? Sometimes I think the GPS is like too real, like Google Maps, where it just lies. It's like, yeah, this is definitely the fastest way, and it's like 17 side streets when if you just went straight, you'd already be there. The GPS is too realistic. The good news is we're like right next to the hospital. Actually, let's go further up one more. Oh, no, wait. Are we going highway? I don't think we're going highway. No, I think this is a mistake.
Hey, keep your eyes open.
Hey, mind your business. Yeah, that's behind the highway. Ah! I'm not paying attention. Ignore me!
Careful, please.
What would have been the most efficient way to get there? I didn't see another path. It told me to take a right at some point. There was just nothing there.
Be careful, please.
That child is now missing a father. Yes, here we go.
Let's take a look at the patient.
Let's. Unfortunately, I do have to actually treat. Wait, where's my patient? Is it you? Oh, it's you.
Looks like arterial bleeding. We have to act immediately. Select the tourniquet from your tool bag and use it to limit blood flow to the hemorrhaging limb.
Tourniquet. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, it's squirting. Ew.
Good. This should buy us some time. Some
Right
patients
upper
require
leg's
immediate
hurting.
site. You can read up on life-saving measures in your handbook later.
No, I haven't taken any medicine.
Fantastic.
For now, hurry and get the stretcher. We should continue treatment inside the ambulance.
Damn, a
Time is critical.
28? I think it's the highest number I've seen so far. I mean, it's obviously the right answer because that's the tutorial that we're on, but like, damn. I'm gonna be so mad if this doesn't actually give me the experience that I need. It's gonna be a very sad state of affairs, chat. Yes, homeless encampments are all over the game. Mostly downtown. Mostly District 1 has them. Hematoma, strong bleeding. Yeah, it's not a surprise.
The patient has lost a lot of blood. We should do our best to raise their blood pressure again. Once you are done bandaging the patient, use the IV needle to gain vascular access and attach the saline solution afterwards.
Yeah, she's tachycardic, but that's not really a
Approaching normal
surprise.
levels.
Let's do bandage. Let's do the hematomas too. It doesn't really matter, but I like to. I'm clipping that.
Blood pressure is getting too high.
Whoops, no! Not the arm, no! Yeah, the only thing I can think of, Kylars, is there must be some underlying condition we don't know about, but it definitely shouldn't be happening in the tutorial. I agree. God, that's so nasty looking. I love it. Ugh.
Blood pressure is getting too high. We need to do something.
We did all we can. Now we skedaddle. Oh. Administer saline. I forgot, it's a tutorial. You have to do stuff. Yeah, let's increase the BP. I know. I like the detail of the bloody gloves.
Okay, blood pressure is slowly improving. However, the patient is still in a lot of pain. We should do something about that. Pain management is an important
Oh my god, now I have to do morphine, please! Give me the whole list so I can look at it.
We should put in another IV needle and administer some morphine. You can read up on pain management and the
I'm gonna use the same one. Who needs to flush him out? Just push, push, push.
Well done. The patient seems responsive now. I think they got lucky in that no vital organs were hit. You should still hurry to the next hospital as soon as you're ready.
Nice. Close by. Yeah, I think the idea is sound, but it should be the opposite. She should be losing blood pressure.
Good job today.
Thanks.
Things got quite complicated there, but you handled yourself pretty well. I'm looking forward to our next training session together.
Bye, Elijah. Did I level up? Here it is. Okay, so you do get experience. Nice. That's the e-brake, Smoker. A. For you, it'll be X. All right, chat. We going for it? Let's do it.
152, come in. Over.
Ambulance 152 here. Go ahead. Over.
Received a report of a major incident, possible highway bridge collapse causing traffic accidents. Situation unclear, but we're on high alert. Need you at the scene ASAP to assess and report on casualties.
Can you tell I've done this event a lot? I don't even need the GPS.
Stay tuned for updates. Over.
Understood. Heading to the scene. Ambulance 152 out.
Buffalo, I haven't ignored you. I haven't seen it. Hold on. Ugh. My man's stuck. I love that crawling away person.
All right, everyone, listen up.
Okay, let me catch up to your chat. I asked this with all respect to those who enjoy playing this in the spirit it was intended, but any chance of a chaos option where there are no rules, such as game over if the ambulance makes contact with the pedestrian? Pedestrians could apply any treatment at any time. Yes, for silliness sake. Paramedics could apply. You can't. Oh, you mean like, do you mean, Doug, like everything's automatically unlocked? So there's actually something that, and this is not confirmed. We don't know if we're going to do this or not, but we have a tool that we call the torture chamber. So the torture chamber is an area where we have a patient on a stretcher and we can trigger any number of conditions or symptoms and then immediately treat them. Like you can lower blood rate, a heart rate to 0, they immediately code. And then you can bring it right back up again and they're fine again. Like they don't die in that respect. But it let us test all the symptoms and tools and make sure that they were working as intended, right? So, we are thinking about perhaps maybe releasing that at another time. Make it obviously, it's like not clean the way it is now. It's just a tool for us. But we were thinking about maybe including that in the future for you to be able to just do whatever the hell you want to patients in that regard. So like to your point, making it so that you could use any tool, any intervention on any patient at any time, right? It's not like built into the game or anything like that. It's really just, it's almost like a shooting range in shooters where you can just go and test every gun and every attachment and see what they do so that you know how to do it in the actual game. So something like that we're considering. We don't know if it's going to be like part of the actual game or just like a menu option before you start a shift. You can go into that first. We don't really know how we're going to implement it if we do it. But I think it would also be a chance for people to, we could just skip all the tutorial levels and just do that. Like you would just go in there and the tutorial would teach you how to use that tool properly instead. I don't know. It might be better than the individual tutorials, which are, you know, sometimes bug out anyway, because you have to do things in a specific order. So if it doesn't recognize that you placed the bandage correctly, then like it doesn't trigger and you can't continue with the mission. This might be a better solution in the future. It sounds like an amazing training tool to get the procedures going. Really, it does. Yeah, it's like you can, there's a whole list of like, okay, I want this heart rate between like, you know, 0 and 300. You pick that slider. I want 3 wounds that are all bleeding here, and I want them to have something stuck in their lungs. And you could literally like, you could go through all the different procedures to solve those out after you set those parameters yourself. So like I said, it's nothing that I'm promising, but it's something that we're heavily considering because I think that you guys would find it like really cool, like really super duper cool. So yeah, it's something we're looking into. Or create a patient that is just almost impossibly challenging as you like. Exactly. Literally exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kyler, it's like just to give you context, like that's the high level thinking that we have for this game. You know, on top of like, you know, other catastrophic events, other vehicles, cosmetics, all that stuff, which of course, like some of it's going to be paid, some of it's going to be free. That's all up to Nacon because like the game has to make money. But if the game keeps making money, then we can keep doing cool stuff that we've got lots of brainstorms for. Like not even just releasing to the community. We've got ideas from the community already but like we've had ideas of stuff that's on the cutting room floor that we either didn't have time to finish or didn't have the capability of doing at the time, or just didn't have the funding yet because it would have taken like an extra 6 months. And you know, man hours is the most expensive thing that you can do in making a game. You have to pay the people making the game. So like if we get that funding, then there's lots of really cool stuff that we have ideas for. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Somebody said that I missed something. I think it was, let me look. Do you think in the future cars will have more room? Yes. There is going to be, the rescue lane is going to be adjusted a little bit. The rescue lane when it was created was for the Sprinter, the Mercedes Sprinter, which is the District 2. And that is like very thin compared to the other two ambulances. So we designed the traffic around because that was the first one we built. It was the one that we knew the most because that's the one that's used in Europe. Most of Europe anyway. So like that's what we designed the rescue lane for. But then when we created the other models, they're obviously bigger. So that lane feels a lot smaller because it doesn't adjust depending on the vehicle. So yeah, there's lots of options we're looking into to actually making that room and stuff like that. We think so too, Kylars. We think too, but it's nothing that we can do because like we'd have to pay for it out of our own pocket, and like that's not how the games work. We have to make money. So like it's kind of like the more money we make, the more we can do, and the more we can do, the more money it makes. It's like this whole big cycle because we're limited. Since we don't fund ourselves, we're limited in what our options are, you know? Okay, who was it? It wasn't Beaver. It was somebody else with a B name. Somebody thought I was ignoring them, or I missed their question. It really specifically is what it was. I scroll all the way down because I'm probably way too far up on here. Not Beaver. Was it Ice Mountain? I don't think it was Ice Mountain. Senior Manor, should there be a citywide alert to avoid crosswalks when Troy's driving the ambulance? All right, you know what? There should be like a Godzilla alarm whenever I get into the vehicle. Buffalo. It was Buffalo. It was Buffalo. Oh, hi. I knew it was a B name. I knew it was a B name. I thought you were asking a question. Mr. Pickford, thank you so much for the raid. Hi, everybody. You actually came in at the perfect time. We are just starting a catastrophic event. Troy driving should be a catastrophic event in its own right. All right. You know what? You know what? I don't have to take this from you. Okay. I do, but I choose not to.
Here's the stuff you need to know in a situation
all
like
right.
this. A quick sweep for initial patient assessment is key.
Let's find patients,
Mark
shall we?
patients with the appropriate triage tag based on how urgently they need help. Remember, we can't save everyone.
Correct.
Life-saving measures only. No time for complex procedures. Spending too much time on one could cost others their lives. Keep yourself safe first. People depend on you for a swift and accurate assessment, so your backup knows what to do once they arrive at the scene. We meet back at the initial meeting point after triage. That's when we'll sort out resources for treatment.
You're gonna do yellow because you're bleeding, but it doesn't look bad. Ooh, he's not looking good. Push through here. I think I am gonna run through. Can I go around? Oh, I can go around. Oh, you can hear the buzzing. Like, that's crazy. I never noticed this before. That's horrifying. Holy. Okay. Like, if I were him, I would be crawling away from that at an expeditious rate. Strong bleeding. So that's going to be, we're going to do red for you, my friend. Oh, black. Rip in pepperonis. Spurting blood, you are definitely not gonna last, so you're gonna be red. One here. No, we're good there. So are you okay? Ah! Ah! Ah!
Stripper leg's injured.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to talk to you. I want to triage you. Ooh, gruesome. Anybody else here? Nope, I will go around there. Is there anybody here? No, we're okay. I think we're good there. There's somebody on the other side I can't reach yet, so we're gonna go around. Oh, I almost missed you. Hello. How you doing? See blood. Are you... They're losing blood and inflamed skin, so it could be a burn. Yeah, you're gonna be a yellow, my friend. You look very kind. I hope that we do save you. Brutal. Brutal. You're standing, so you're probably okay, but you do have like quite a few burns and cuts. Oh, actually, damn. That bottom leg is like hemorrhaging. Bad. Hey, it looks like me. He's balding and has a dope ass beard. You're definitely red. What about you?
I need help.
Spurting blood, man. Everyone's spurting blood. Oh my god! Ah! He's like retching. I think he's okay. Spurting blood? Damn, they're all red.
Leg. It's painful.
That's crazy. Okay, let's go this way. You got to pay attention to the map because it'll tell you like when you're close to somebody. See, like right here. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have to look at you. You're fine. Get out of here. Okay, that's that. Anybody else here? Oh, black tag. You're dead in the car. What about you, ma'am? Gray skin. You got a cut. It is strong bleeding, but I don't see it spurting. I'm still going to say red. Still going to say red. Let's do you. Difficulty breathing. That's, I mean, I think that's going to be red. We might say yellow. I'm gonna say red. I'm trying to get the right leg. Everybody else. Do I have enough tourniquets? Like, there's a lot of bleeding. There's a lot of bleeding. Let me go and cover everybody again. Because I'm going to forget. If I don't go do tourniquets now, like, I'm going to forget for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, who needs a tourniquet? Let's go around. Oh man, I'm running out of time so fast. Black. Somebody here. Yes, correct leg. Okay, good. Correct leg, good. This guy was dead, right? Dead. This guy was bleeding. So many bleeders, actually. Do that. Angel is being sent to HR and having a serious talking. Yeah, she's about to get real yappy. Or I guess in my case, it's Elijah. Did I tag him? I did not tag him. Her. Red blister and flame skin. Okay, you're fine. You're gonna be yellow. Oh, crispy. I missed him. Are we back where we started? Yes, we're back where we started. I think I got everybody. Right? I triaged him. Oh, this guy. This guy here. Both of these. She was... I don't think I can do anything. I don't think she was... I think she was bleeding on her torso. We'll do it just in case. This guy had bleeding. Yeah, his leg. His leg! That's everybody. I know I've missed somebody, but it's the best we can do. It's so dark. Hematoma. I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna run out. All right, you're fine, I think. We're gonna do yellow because I think I see a small burn there in a hematoma. Looks like a broken limb, actually. Hematoma, you're fine. We're gonna do yellow. Rush, let's rush, let's rush. This is the last area here. It's usually like 1 or 2 people in a car. Oh, there's you pinned. Spurting blood, I can't see from where. Oh, his arm. One minute left. Immediate. Let's run. Gonna run through the fire. Almost done. You good, lady? I already took care of you, but there's no blood, right? 60 seconds left. 60 seconds left. Last section. Last section. Patient's losing blood from where? Where are you using blood? Leg? Inflamed. Not that. Arm? Yeah, it's your arm. Okay. Let's see if I can get the right one. I think it's this. I think it's the underarm. The underarm. Checking this corner. We're good there. I already checked this. 18 seconds. 18 seconds. Did I miss anybody here? One last one. One last one. I see you. I see you. I see you. I can't see. Okay. I think I found everybody, but I might have missed some treatments, some first aid.
Reinforcements and a field hospital are now operational. Green priority patients have been evacuated.
Whoa, look at the aftermath.
Locate and stabilize urgent cases still unattended in our field hospital. Resources are stretched,
okay.
but you've been supplied with your standard treatment equipment.
Elijah is about to get real annoying, so hold on. Dialogue volume, I'm turning all the way down. Because this bug is still active. The second you treat one person, they go off the rails and they won't shut up. Okay, so let's see. Triage red. Is this him? John Doe. Hemorrhagic emergency. Venous bleeding. That covers almost everything with the hematomas. That's fine. Let's do... What I should probably be doing is do vitals and go check everybody, but I'm not going to really have time. So I'm just going to I'm going to zoom as fast as I can. It is possible, Kylars, but then it kind of takes away from like the excitement of the CAT events, I think. Let's do leg. Oh yeah, there's the cut. This is the hematoma.
Blood pressure is getting too high.
Do bottom, and then I'll do top leg 2. I think this person is as good as they can be. I think there's nothing else I can do for him. Ugh. Okay. That's as good as we can get. Next. Next person. Here. So yellow, hemorrhagic emergency? Really? Venous bleeding? Okay. Is it because I cut it off already? I'm gonna do stethoscope before I do blood pressure cuff, just so that I can see maybe because he's probably holding a cut somewhere. Yeah, on that arm right there. So I can do it on this upper arm here, or I could bandage first and then do blood pressure cuff. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Let's do upper arm, and then I can put the blood pressure cuff on that, even though you probably still shouldn't. But in the game, I can do that because then I don't have to worry about it being covered. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. That's fine. Let's do a bandage here just in case. That's 2 patients.
Blood pressure is getting too high.
My left upper leg.
Let's do same thing. We're gonna do stethoscope before we do blood pressure cuff.
Heart rate is slowly decreasing.
Yeah, definitely hemorrhagic.
It's going down slowly.
Do stethoscope
Won't take much more of this.
because it looks like that arm. Oh, it's just a hematoma. Okay. Ugh, sweating so bad.
Heart rate is slowly decreasing.
Okay, take care of this. And I'll probably do that arm too, just in case. I actually feel like I kind of lucked out really bad. Like, these 3 patients have been really quick and easy. I mean, obviously his heart rate and temperature are out of control, but I don't even think it's going to do anything in here. So let's do that. I'm guessing, I don't know. His blood oxygen level is low. I'm not going to intubate him, but I'll give him a mask.
That heart won't take much more of this.
Oops, wrong one. And then let's give him, I don't know, morphine? His heart rate's out of control, dude.
We are done here. Hospital, now.
Is Troy's? I'm not sweating, no. Let's do... We gotta get this heart rate down for sure. I'm probably gonna do 2 lorazepam doses. And then I might have to raise it more. Oh, actually one had a pretty big effect already. I'm gonna wait a sec. Still going down a little bit. Temperature's dropping. Heart rate's very slowly dropping. I think we're fine. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I think we're good. I think we're good.
It hurts to the core of my body.
Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. This is 3 out of 4 patients. This is patient number 4. Stethoscope, stethoscope, stethoscope. Because he's holding his arms for a reason. Ooh, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, that sounds terrible. Okay, there's nothing else I can do here. Yeah, oh man, I might actually have to vent him. Oops. I mean, the mask is helping a little bit. I don't know if it's enough though. 72% O2 is bad. Here, have some morphine. I don't even know. I don't even know, dude. Yeah, I mean, the O2 is going back up slowly, but we're just gonna... it's gonna raise his heart rate, but I don't even care. Okay, well, she's still alive. Oh, man, this is the first time that I've done the cat event where, like, not everybody... somebody has not died.
Are you preparing surgery? Just drive.
Oh, Elijah, chill. I am preparing surgery. What about it? Want to fight about it? I'm probably gonna end up giving her morphine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and... yeah, not add me to the game. I almost was in the opening cinematic, but Jackie's was way more reliable and believable. It was awesome. Right forearm. Oh, I guess I could have done a burn bandage. Usually the game recognizes bandage more though, so we're gonna leave it as is. All right, let's do pulse oximeter. She was yellow because she had a burn. That's a symptom right there too. Her knees are purple. I don't know if that's related to blood or what. I'm gonna go ahead and on left arm.
Are you preparing surgery? Just drive.
I don't know if morphine's gonna be the right call. It's gonna increase her heart rate for sure. So I might have to also do lorazepam. Let me see. Oh, actually, we're okay. We're okay, I think. She's holding that arm still, but I think it's because of the bandaged arm. I think we're good, chat. Yeah, our heart rate's raising a little bit. This might be a mistake right here. This might be where I shit on the table. 61? Yeah, we're there. Okay. We're done. Easy. I think we're good, chat. We did it, chat. We made it to the end. I'm just going to take the first one. They're all pretty stable, so I don't really think it matters. I'm honestly probably just going to take this first guy. The rest are all as stable as they can be. So I'll take one of the reds. And we did it.
Dispatch to all units. On-scene stabilization complete. Be ready to transfer any prisoners assigned to one of the surrounding hospitals.
Easy.
Advise assignments for shipment to comply publicly. Prepare for likely health complications encountered during transit. Ensure
Excuse me, everyone. I love drifting in this game. I really do. You triaged all the patients in the CAT event without the timer expiring. There's no way. Yeah, it's possible. It depends on how many spawn. It depends on where they spawn, because sometimes maybe the path you picked was good. Maybe not everybody was hypercritical. It's totally possible.
Let me see.
Yeah, Kylar, yeah, there's a lot of factors to take into it, but like we're not exactly against it. We just don't want to pull away from like the excitement of the triage and CAT events. So if that exact same makeshift hospital was at multi-patient scenes, it would make CAT events feel less special, if that makes sense. So I think what makes more sense is finding a way to satisfy players and making sure that you guys feel like you've done the best that you can. Triaging isn't enough. You want to be able to call in backup or see that patients are being picked up or something like that. So I think it's a very important topic, obviously, but I think how we do it has to make sense because we don't want to draw away from something else either. It's a delicate balance. But we're definitely looking into all solutions. A lot of the folks on the Steam forums and on Discord have given a lot of really good ideas on how to do it. So we're looking into what makes the most sense, what would cost the least for the biggest amount of impact, and all that stuff too. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like, how would we do multiple stretchers? Maybe, I don't even know. I'm trying to think, like in Police Simulator, for example, you can have different vehicles have different rooms for different tools. Like the EPV is the biggest SUV in Police Simulator, and so that has the biggest trunk and you can fit the most in there. What if the different vehicles had, like, for example, extra backboards or extra stretchers? Like, for example, the third vehicle is more like a heavy duty vehicle anyway. It's more like it's literally like a dump truck that it's been turned into an ambulance. What if that had multiple stretchers so you could put people on different stretchers? Do you know what I mean? So maybe there would be a reason to have a different vehicle other than it just drives a little bit better and it looks a little different. That's very interesting because I just had that thought right now. That is very interesting. I'm gonna have to go back to this VOD and catch that. That's very interesting. Okay, let's see how I did. Okay, I mean, yeah, there's obviously some things that I missed, like they have a headache. Oh no, they have a headache. I missed it. I don't care. I don't care that he had a headache. Blood sugar dropped, can't do anything about that. Heart rate, oh, did I kill somebody? Wait, when did he go to 0? I don't remember that. O2 dropped. Natsuo. What about Sandra? What did Sandra end up doing? Actually, Sandra ended up doing pretty good. She went to a 61 heart rate. Her temperature leveled out. Her O2 stayed up. Okay, so Sandra was actually the one I was worried about the most, but she ended up being fine. Homeboy here, Paul, is having a bad day. He was having a bad day. This is the one that I think I transferred. Yeah, Paul died. Paul straight up died. So I got a D for him, but I got a B overall. That makes sense. If he didn't die, I would have been fine. My triage score. So I missed triage maybe 2 people. I think they're 50 each. So I missed triage, I think 2 people. Wrong life-saving intervention. That was probably because I used the tourniquet on somebody that only had like a hematoma or something. Because like it was getting real rough at the end there. So that I think is 2. So 2 triage were wrong and maybe 1 or 2 interventions were wrong. I killed the guy, obviously, and I did end up missing 1 patient. So those all factored in. Yeah, man, Paul dying like ruined the whole score. I would have at least gotten an A if he was like a B or an A. That's rough. Paul was the oxygen guy. No, let me double check. He must have been. Because he started with strong bleeding and hematomas. But then as I was let's see. Blood oximeter attached. I attached that pretty quickly. That was like the first thing I added. So that must have been him. I think you're right. I think you're right, Kylars. No, that's not him. Blood sugar, blood sugar. Paul Esposito. Oh, you're right. Blood oximeter. Yeah. You're right. No, that would have been this guy. Jack Garcia. Well, actually, I think that's the one I took. I think that's the guy I took. Yeah. Bloodstream. Oh, I guess I didn't inspect enough. I actually missed a bloodstream. So not only did his heart stop, but he was losing blood. That's why he died. That's crazy too, because I hit him with hemorrhagic emergency as venous bleeding and it still wasn't enough. Still wasn't enough. Well, there we go, chat. I did what I could. It wasn't quite enough, but we can't save everyone. Whoopsies. Crazy. Well, chat, thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope that I got most of your questions. There's going to be some videos coming out where I talk about those individual settings that can make the game easier, or best practices like talking about triage. Those are going to start coming out on Monday. We have a lot of patches and updates coming, so stay tuned. I know the game has bugs for a lot of people right now, and there's even people on PC who are having trouble actually loading the game, but I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are here every single week on Friday. So it's 12 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central Europe time. So you can figure it out from there. If you are in our Discord, or if you're not in our Discord, go ahead and join. If you are in our Discord already, there's an events in Discord where it's this stream every single week. So you can sign up to be notified on Discord about that. But I'm also going to announce it on social media every week as well. I hope to see you guys soon. There's somebody who had a question about Legend of Kimori. Go ahead and ask that. I think it was... Let me look. It was Ice Mountain. Ice Mountain, what was your question about Legend of Kimori? No crash the whole stream. True. I do have a monstrous computer. But what's really weird about like the performance on PCs is there are computers that shouldn't be having any problems that are. Like they're really powerful systems and they're lagging. And then there's people who like just barely meet the requirements and they're having no problems at all, which is how it should be for everybody. So like there's something weird going on. It's like people who have played our playtest events before or played a demo, if they have any settings left over, like a settings file or a save game from that, that's breaking some people's games. So that's some of the things that we're addressing with patches. Ice Mountain, what was your question? The next wave? Oh, so we don't know yet. We're gonna take our time collecting people. But we're guessing it's going to be like between 150 and 200 people. It's probably we're probably not going to do a playtest before the Kickstarter because the Kickstarter is supposed to start pretty soon. So it'll probably be after the Kickstarter ends, once the hype kind of dies down from that, and then we'll be able to do like boom, 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 boom playtest right after the other and include a little bit more each time. Because right now, like in all honesty, there's not a whole lot to do in the playtest. The 20 or 30 or so people that were in the very first playtest wave, all it was to just like try controls, play with the camera, and like see if the character settings felt good. There was no actual gameplay to do and there was no areas to explore. So right now it's just like an empty wilderness with no quests, no NPCs or anything like that. So there's not really a point in doing a playtest yet. But as soon as we have more information, we're going to start pulling people on stuff like that. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to announce inside the Kimori Discord when emails have gone out. So to check your email, it's probably going to be chronological order. So the people who signed up first, we're probably going to go like forwards from the end. But yeah, we'll also see. We'll see. Eventually, everybody will get into a playtest who has signed up. Anybody who is capable of physically playing the game with their specs will have access to a playtest and be able to join in. And we'll talk a lot more about that once the Kickstarter actually hits. I did the right thing and started a new profile for the full game to eliminate any such issues from carrying over. Yeah, that's what we recommended a lot of people to do, Beaver. It's hard though because we can't communicate with everybody. So if something is left over like that and it affects their system, the only thing we can do is like when they reach out to us like, hey, have you tried these things? Have you tried these 6 things? Okay, let me see your specs and let's see what we can do. It's hard, but we're getting there. Once we equalize the performance for everybody, we've got a lot of big plans for this game. So I'm excited. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I will see you on the flip side. I will see you next week, and I'll see you on Discord and the Steam forums. Love you all.